Well, Congress is in, unfortunately, a familiar position as it works to avoid another government shutdown.
Very familiar. Lawmakers are pressing forward with negotiations in hopes of coming to a short-term deal. Now, the government's funding runs out this Friday at midnight. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says Congress should be prepared to pass a quick-solve continuing resolution, which provides funding for an additional week. Now, that would buy more time to negotiate a long-term deal. CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane joins us now with more. So, Scott, where do we stand in the negotiation process?
I'll give you a bottom line. There are more people in this building who believe in Santa Claus than believe in that deadline being reached this week with a new deal. They're going to have to extend this from December 16th, likely into next week, to give themselves more time to negotiate. Granted, they've come very close to a deadline and haven't finished those negotiations, but what we're seeing and what we're sensing from our sources is that they haven't gotten far enough along in the negotiations to have an end date in sight. So they'll likely have to pass a short-term extension to give themselves the elbow room to go into next week and come very close to Christmas Eve with these negotiations. Not getting the sense from our sources that there's a real expectation of a government shutdown, just a little more procrastination as they try to negotiate what really is a big thing. Hundreds of billions of dollars in spending. A lot of negotiation should go into that.
Yeah, but I think people always scratch their heads that it's always at the end of the year, it's always down to the minute. What are some of the sticking points right now, Scott, that still need to be reconciled?
There's one overarching dispute which often defines these negotiations. Republicans want to see a larger percentage of this money spent on military to accommodate the pressing needs for the U.S. military and all the chaos going on in the world. Democrats want to see a larger percentage focused on domestic spending, on social programs, on things back here at home. That's a chronic wedge issue. It's a Christmas tradition in itself to have that being a wedge issue during this time of year, during spending disputes. I want to note one thing. This dispute 4 years ago in the Congress that was finishing up in 2018 did end in a government shutdown. What's more, the next Congress in January took over during a government shutdown.
So it could happen. All right. Scott MacFarlane, thank you.